Okay, so what is easily one of Goku's most impressive feats throughout the entire Dragon Ball series was actually accomplished during Goku's first confrontation with Beerus. And in this confrontation, Goku, simply by clashing fists with the God of Destruction, was capable of producing multiple shockwaves which traversed the entire Universe 7 macrocosm, even being felt in the Kaioshin realm. These shockwaves were powerful enough to make even the Kais believe that if they continued, the entire Universe 7 macrocosm would be reduced to a void of absolute nothingness. Keep in mind the Universe 7 macrocosm is composed of at least 3 separate time spaces, each time space arguably being of an infinite size, at least according to the Daizenshu. These time spaces being the living world, the Kaioshin realm, and the afterlife. So basically, Goku was on the verge of destroying 3 separate time spaces or universes, all of which infinite in size, which is a low multiversal feat. Goku then would go on to absorb the power he obtained from Super Saiyan God into his base, making base Goku post Battle of Gods low multiversal. After this, Goku would go on to battle and even imply he could beat beings like Infinite Zamasu, who fused with the entire Universe 7 macrocosm and its diverging timelines. And the manifestation of a new timeline in the Dragon Ball universe is stated to bring forth an entirely new parallel realm to match said timeline, meaning that the U7 macrocosm, which consists of at least 7 diverging timelines, could actually be composed of 21 separate time spaces, seeing as how these 7 timelines themselves would bring forth the manifestation of an entirely new Universe 7 macrocosm parallel to the one they exist inside of. Basically, what I'm saying is that the Universe 7 macrocosm could be composed of 7 other Universe 7 macrocosms, which themselves were brought into existence by the 7 divergent timelines, which themselves exist within the Universe 7 macrocosm. And since Goku is relative in strength to the being who embodies these constructs, he should also scale to this level of power. And even if you don't think Goku is relative to Infinite Zamasu at this point in time, and that he was just massively overestimating himself, that's fine, because Goku would then go on to body fucking Jiren in UI. Jiren being someone who, even when suppressed, is stated to have power which surpasses all other antagonists the Z-Fighters have ever faced. This would obviously include Infinite Zamasu. Goku at this point in time should also have surpassed Beerus in strength, being stronger than Jiren, who himself is stated verbatim numerous times to surpass every god of destruction in power, including Beerus. Beerus being someone capable of destroying both the U7 and U6 macrocosms in his battle with Champa, another low multiversal feat. So basically, Goku is consistently low multiversal, and these are just the normal tiers said Battle of Gods and Infinite Zamasu. As stated before, Goku should be low multiversal in base, and unlike low 2C beings or Universal Plus beings, a 2C entity like base Goku can possibly receive tier increases via finite multipliers depending on how big the amp said character receives from said multipliers. I went over this in a post on Instagram. I'll link it in the description below if you want to check it out. But what this means is Goku could possibly be 2B or low multiverse or just regular multiversal after obtaining all the amps he receives from his various forms like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue and all the other fucking Super Saiyans, and then adding them on top of his base or multiplying his base by said multipliers. And there are even statements about Goku transcending space and time, which could potentially make Goku 5D and by extension low complex multiversal, as space-time is a fourth dimensional construct, and to transcend something can mean to exist an inaccessible cardinal or a set of uncountable infinity higher than said object you transcend, like it does in the context of dimensional transcendence. So Goku, by virtue of transcending the 4D, would be 5D. It's a really weird argument and it's wank as fuck. I just wanted to mention it for the purpose of explaining all the arguments which pertain to Goku's power. There's even another 5D argument which talks about Goku affecting the spaces between universes or some shit like that. And the spaces between universes is considered 5D for some reason. I don't really understand the argument, so I can't really explain it, but if I find a clip on YouTube of someone explaining it, I'll throw it up on the screen. So, yeah.
Or does it have to be on a higher level of speed? So, like, some people will say, okay, the universe is fourth dimensional. Okay, if the universe itself is 4D. Okay, now this is This is just whatever the fuck they say. Okay? I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Okay, so they say the universe is 4th dimensional, and then they say the reason they say multiverses can be like 5th dimensional or whatever is because it surpasses that time space, and then that space is infinitely engulfing or withholding all of those 4th dimensional spaces. So they think to travel between each of those spaces or universes, you would be traveling inside of the 5th dimensional space or the 4th dimensional space. So they think like traveling between the universe or outside of it would be going into that higher space. So they consider you have to have like a really higher tier of speed to even move in that higher space. It's a weird argument. I'm not gonna say it's true or false or whatever, but that's something to consider for sure.
So to conclude the AP portion of this video for Goku, Goku consistently scales to low multiversal. He's possibly just straight up multiversal. And if you wank the fuck out of him, he could be low complex multiversal or 5D.